What's going on, everybody out in YouTube land, and welcome back to a new episode of GBA. In this video, we're opening up the April Video Games Monthly box. So yeah, that's right folks, once again it's my favorite time of the month, Video Games Monthly time. Absolutely love this service. What exactly is Video Games Monthly? This is a subscription service that will deliver retro and modern video games to your house once a month. Games that you're able to keep. You can pick to get 3 games a month, 4 games a month, 5 games a month, or even 10 games a month. I personally get the 10 game box. This box costs, I think it's like $80 a month. I'll insert something in the video so you guys can see how much this costs in case you're interested in it. I know the lower tier box, like the 3 game box, is like $35 a month if I remember correctly. So you know there's a price point out there for everybody. You can get games ranging from systems from the Atari age of gaming all the way up to modern stuff like PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo 3DS, you know, basically stuff like that. So, you know, all the popular stuff in between. So you can pretty much like curate this box to what you want. You have a database on their website where you enter in the games that you already have so you don't receive duplicates, which you definitely want to do because if you don't, you will get duplicates. But yeah, I guess that's enough of that spew. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and let's cut the tape on April's Video Games Monthly box and let's see what we got. By far, like, I would say this is my favorite mystery box that I get every single month, and I get quite a few different types of mystery boxes. Alright, so let's cut this open. Let's see what we got here. Alright, so once we cut the priority mail envelope type thing, we will pull out the box and I'll show you guys what the box looks like. So on the top of the box, you basically have videogamesmonthly.com. That's where you can go sign up for the service and get your own. You know, you've got your boy Floyd right there on the top of the box. That's basically Video Games Monthly's mascot. And on the flap, it says, "Play the past into the future," which is kind of like their company slogan. So yeah, this box has definitely got a bulge in it. So that is always a positive. Always looking for those big bulges in these boxes. Isn't always a perfect indication of a great box, but it's definitely better than no bulge at all. That's what I like to say, at least. Alright, so once again, guys, I will try to show you all the games first, like usual, as long as that's applicable. First up, looks like we have a sticker, which I guess is part of the trinket this month. So yeah, Mario sticker, those are cool. We've gotten those several times from this box before. We have our standard card. It's basically a 2-sided card. One side says to update your library, and it's kind of like a thank you note. The other side of the card tells you to share your box on social media, and you have the chance to win some free games. And the card we always care about is our 1-up card. So basically the 1-up card, that means that we should have 1 extra game in this box. So instead of 10, I should have 11 games this month, which is always great, and I'm always appreciative of that. Alright, so hold on. We got another sticker here. We have Super Mario 85. Here we go. That's awesome. I actually really like that sticker a lot. I'll find somewhere in the game room to stick those things. I mean, there's always somewhere, right? We have some packing material. Not nothing too crazy. We'll throw that down to the side. We might be able to use that in the future sometime. Alright, so first up, I think we have a PSP game. Show you guys first. Alright, so we have the greatest hits version of Secret Agent Clank. So I'm guessing this is like a spin-off from the Ratchet & Clank series. I really enjoy the Ratchet & Clank games, so this is something I look forward to trying out. This is brand new and sealed, so that's awesome. VGM is always hooking me up with brand new PSP games, which I'm always grateful for. So yeah, definitely a cool way to start a box. Secret Agent Clank, one that I'm looking forward to trying. Alright, so next up, we have a disc-only game. This is disc-based, so this probably is Dreamcast? Alright, so we have Test Drive 6 on the Dreamcast. So, I'm not the biggest fan of disc-only games, but, I can always put this in a DVD case, print out some artwork, and it will look fine on the shelf with the rest of my games. I barely have any Dreamcast games, so it's always cool to get those. I do like the Test Drive series, so this will be fun to try out and see how I like this. But that also, reminded me, I forgot to mention what systems I can get games for. So basically in this box, I can get games for the Game Boy, the PSP, the Nintendo 3DS, the Sega Genesis, and the Sega Dreamcast. I think those are the systems that I can receive games for. Alright, so off to a good start here. PSP and Dreamcast game. Alright, next up we have another loose disc game. So I'm guessing another Dreamcast game, because that's kind of all that it could be. Alright, so what do we have here? We have Ready to Rumble Boxing. So that is awesome. I really like arcade style sports games, and this is definitely fits into that bill. I have Ready to Rumble Boxing on the PS1 and the Nintendo 64, I think. I played this series predominantly on the Nintendo 64 back in the day. I've never tried the Dreamcast version, but I'm guessing this looks a lot better than the Nintendo 64 version. But still, really, really cool to get this. Another game that I'll have to make some artwork for, but awesome to add Dreamcast games. Slowly building up that collection a little bit. Alright, so next up we actually have a Dreamcast game in its case. Alright, so for the Sega Dreamcast we have NBA 2K1. And this is a Sega All-Stars version of the game. The 2K series of sports games on the Dreamcast were absolutely fantastic. I'm sure this one is no exception to that rule. This game probably is great. I don't think I ever played this. I wasn't really big into the NBA games back in the day. I was more of like a hockey guy or, football or whatnot. But still looking forward to trying this. This game is brand new and sealed too, so that's awesome. So that is my second sealed game out of this box this month. So we have NBA 2K1 on the Dreamcast. So that's awesome. 3 new Dreamcast games this month so far. Alright, so next up I think we have a 3DS game. Alright, so we have Michael Jackson, The Experience 3D on the Nintendo 3DS. So I've got this game on the Wii, if I remember correctly. I'm not really big onto these dancing games, to be honest with you. I had no clue this was on the 3DS. This is brand new and sealed. Chances are I probably won't play this much. I might not even open it, if you want to know the truth. But I don't have very many 3DS games, so it's definitely cool to get one. And who doesn't like Michael Jackson, right? So yeah, pretty cool game to add to the collection. Another sealed game in this box. Alright, so feels like we might be down to cart games now, so we'll go ahead and we'll get into those. I think we have a Sega Genesis game next. Alright, so we have Tengen's Miss PacMan on the Sega Genesis. This is actually a really good port of this game. I actually have played this several times, especially in my youth. I like this game, so definitely happy to add to the collection. It's not a hard game to find on the Genesis or anything like that, but I'm still happy to have it. Didn't have it, so yeah. Once again, Genesis is another one of those systems I don't have a ton of games for, so it's always good to add games to that collection. Alright, so we have another Sega Genesis game. Show you guys first. Alright, so we have Altered Beast on the Sega Genesis. And it kind of sucks. I actually picked this game up last month. I don't know if it was like too close in proximity to, I checked it off on the service, but you gotta check off games like within 7 days of the ship date of this box, or, you could get a duplicate. But, I mean, Altered Beast is not a bad game to have a duplicate of. I could always, give the game away or trade it or sell it, something of that nature. Altered Beast is such a cool game for the Sega Genesis. This was actually, if I remember correctly, the first Pac-Man game for the Genesis. And, it's obviously a very popular arcade game from back in the day. But yeah, super cool. Altered Beast on the Sega Genesis. That's kind of the risk you run if you're buying games at the end of the month and you get services like this. is the fact that you might actually buy a game that they're sending you. Alright, so we've got another Sega Genesis game. So I'll show you guys first. Alright, so we have The Lion King on Sega Genesis. So I have The Lion King on Super Nintendo. I'm pretty sure these games play pretty similar. These are fun games, but to be honest with you, pretty hard. I know the Super Nintendo game, I struggled getting very far in that game. So I'm probably going to have the same struggles with this game, but I'm looking forward to trying this out and seeing what the differences are between the games. But you can't go wrong with the Disney games on the 16-bit systems. So yeah, Lion King on Sega Genesis. Really, really cool game to add to the collection. Alright, so next up on Sega Genesis. Alright, so we have Mortal Kombat 2 on Sega Genesis. I have the original Mortal Kombat on Sega Genesis. I have, like, all the Mortal Kombat games on Super Nintendo. So it'll be cool to pop this in and check this out. I always kind of preferred the Mortal Kombat games on the Sega Genesis over the Super Nintendo. But yeah, this is cool. Happy to add it to the collection. Mortal Kombat Iconic Gaming Series. As I'm recording this, the new Mortal Kombat movie is about to come out in about a week or so. So I'm looking forward to that too. But yeah, Mortal Kombat 2 on the Sega Genesis. Awesome to get. You can't have too much Mortal Kombat in your life. Alright, so I think we're down to the final two games. So we have another Sega Genesis cart. So I definitely increased my Sega Genesis library this month. Show you guys first. Alright, so we actually have Clay Fighter on Sega Genesis. So I guess keeping that fighting game streak alive. Clay Fighter, interesting series of games. Not my favorite fighting games. They're a little janky. Controls are a little bit weird. But I don't have this on the Sega Genesis, obviously. I don't even think I have the original Clay Fighter on Super Nintendo, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I mean, it's an interesting fighting game. That's all I can really say about it. Not my favorite out there, but definitely happy to get it added to the collection. I really like fighting games in general. So yeah, Clay Fighter on the Sega Genesis. Alright, so I think we are down to our last game, which is a Game Boy game. So I love adding Game Boy games to my collection. Let's see how we end this box. Are we going out on a high note, or are we stumbling across the finish line? Let's take a look and see. Alright, so we have World Bowling. Romstar presents World Bowling. So I would say this is kind of a stutter across the finish line. You know, but bowling games can be fun. And, you know, I really like adding games that I don't have to the Game Boy collection. So I'm happy to get that. But definitely not the best game to finish off a box on, I would say. But, you know, overall, this box is still great. I love it. Not my favorite box they've given me. But, you know, not every month can be super winners. You know, and like a couple weeks ago, I opened up my Retro Game Treasure box, and that box was absolutely phenomenal. But like I said, you know, my last Video Games Monthly box I loved a lot. This one took a little bit of a step backwards. There's still some good stuff here. I'm happy with what they sent me. And I'll try to put something in the video here letting you guys know what the total value of these games are to see if I got, you know, basically my $79 worth of games out of this box, which I'm pretty sure I probably did. But, you know, let me know down in the comments what you guys thought about this box. Did you think this stuff was worth about $79? What was your favorite game that they sent me? I would love to have a little conversation with you guys about the Video Games Monthly box. But, guys, I think that's probably going to do it. But first, I want to say thank you so very much for tuning into this episode of GBA. If you haven't, please like, comment, subscribe. It would help me out tremendously. If you guys know anybody who might like this kind of content, please share the video around. I'm always looking to grow the channel a little bit. But for now, guys, I'm going to go open up some more boxes. I might play some of these video games. Try to enjoy the rest of my evening. I hope you do too. So until next time, everyone, I'll see you later.